Yeah. Now it makes sense. They skip class. They skip hip hop class, and that's exactly why they don't understand why storytelling, history, and then paying homage makes sense. Now, when you gotta be reincarnated, then it all starts to make sense. So, we're gonna take a deep dive. We're gonna hear 3 different stories about 3 different people in this track from Kendrick. Pay attention. I'm not gonna do too much. We don't need to do too much. He tells the story, but follow. Let's go. History with the Spanish origins. That's 1. Tupac, that's 2. So we done already paid homage to 1 mic. Now we jump into this.
I got this fire burning in me from within. Concentrated thoughts on who I used to be. I'm shedding skin. Every day a new version of me, a third of me demented, cemented in pain, juggling the pros and cons of fame. I don't know how to make friends, I'm a lonely soul. I recollect this isolation, I was 4 years old. Truth be told, I've been battling myself, trying to navigate the real and fake, cynical about the judgment day.
Let's go.
I did past life progression last year and it f***ed me up. Reincarnated on this earth for 100+. Body after body, lesson after lesson. Let's take it back to Michigan in 1947. My father kicked me out the house cause I wouldn't listen to him. I didn't care about his influence, only loved what I was doing. Gifted as a musician, I play guitar on the grand level. The most talented where I'm from, but I had to rebel. And so I'm off in the sunset, searching for my place in the world. With my guitar up on my hip, that's the story unfurled. I found myself with a pocket full of money and a whole lot of respect. While the record business loved me, I was head of rhythm and blues. The women that fell to their feet, so many to choose.
Let's go.
But I manipulated power as I lied to the masses. Died with my money, gluttony was too attractive. Reincarnated.
That's story number 1. This is about an R&B guitarist. Had all these problems. Daddy kicked him out the house. But you don't want to do your history? You don't want to go back? You don't want to do the things that Kendrick's doing because he's paying homage? Don't ask me. Ask him. On to the next. And over a Tupac beat? Are you serious? And this is me?
Another life, it placed me as a black woman in the chillin' circuit. Seductive vocalist as the promoter hit the curtains. My voice was angelic, straight from heaven, the crowd sobbed. A musical genius, what the articles emphasized. Had everything I wanted, but I couldn't escape addiction. Heroin needles had me in fetal position, restricted. Turned on my family, I went wherever cameras be. Cocaine, no private planes for my insanity. Self-indulged, discipline never been my sentiments. I needed drugs. To me, an 8-ball was like penicillin. Love. My happiness was in that brown sugar. Sex and melodies gave me hope when nobody's looking. My first assistant was a small town scholar. Never did a quaalude till I got myself around her. My daddy looked the other way. He saw sin in me. I died with syringes pinched in me. Reincarnated.
And then we go to a singing vocalist who's addicted to drugs. And you're not paying attention? Is this still not happening in our community? Are we still not seeing the same thing? So 1 verse, we die, we reincarnate. 2nd verse, we die, we reincarnate. The cycle continues. Are you listening? The cycle of music, the cycle of the industry, everything is being reincarnated. Let's go, Kendrick, talk to him. Just because they not ready, I'm ready. I've been here with you.
My present life is Kendrick Lamar, a rapper looking at the lyrics to keep you in awe. The only factor I respected was raising the bar. My instincts sent material straight to the charts. My father kicked me out the house, I finally forgive him. I'm old enough to understand the way I was living. Ego and pride had me looking at him with resentment. I close my eyes, hoping that I don't come off contentious. I'm yelling, Father, did I finally get it right? Everything I did was selfless. I spoke freely when the people needed me, I helped them. I didn't gloat, even told them no when the vultures came. Took control of my fleshly body when the money changed. Son, you do well, but your heart is closed. I can tell residue that linger from your past creates itself. Father, I'm not perfect, I got urges, but I hold them down. But your pride has to die. Okay, Father, show me how. Tell me every deed that you done and what you do it for. I kept 100 institutions paid. Okay, tell me more. I put 100 hoods on one stage. Okay, tell me more. I'm trying to push peace in LA. Okay. But you love war. No, I don't. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, then tell me the truth. Every individual is only a version of you. How can they forgive when there's no forgiveness in your heart? I could tell you where I'm going. I could tell you who you are. You fell out of heaven cause you was anxious. Didn't like authority, only searched to be heinous. Isaiah 14 was the only thing that was prevalent.
Uh-oh.
My greatest music director was you. It was colors, it was pinks, it was reds, it was blues, it was harmony and motion. I sent you down to earth cause you was broken. Rehabilitation, not psychosis, but now we here now. Centuries you manipulated man with music. Embodied you as superstars to see how you moving.
Break 'em
you
down.
came a long way from garnishing evilish views. And all I ever wanted from you was love and approval. I learned a lot, no more putting these people in fear. The more that word is diminished, the more it's not real. The more light that I can capture, the more I can feel. I'm using words for inspiration as an ideal. So can you promise that you won't take your gifts for granted? I promise that I use my gifts to bring understanding. For heavy man, woman, and child, how much can you vow? I found my life just to live one in harmony now. You crushed a lot of people, keeping their thoughts in captivity. And I'm ashamed that I ever created that enemy. And let's rejoice where we at. I rewrote the devil's story just to take our power back. Reincarnated.
Yes, sir. Kendrick just gave you lesson number 4. I didn't want to put it up there because I want you to go back and do a little bit of biblical reading if you need to. He just told you that the devil himself had a conversation with God, and this is how it turned out. He said, I know you got gifts. I know you got it in you, but you still didn't utilize it to your advantage, so we got to take you out. My God. Kendrick, you're a bad man. The Father, who he is talking to, whomever that may be, said, if I give you these gifts, are you going to use them for the right reason? Now, we've been reincarnated twice. You haven't grown enough to tell yourself that you still believe in war. That part can be a part of you, but when are you going to use your gifts? When are you going to use the things that I've given you? Do you not see how this masterpiece itself, and there's a couple different things that are underlying on this as well. So it's not only Tupac's beat, given back to the culture, not one of the mainstream ones, but then you almost have that talk like Damien. If you go back to DMX, you got that same feel, that same conversation that's happening back and forth between DMX and Damien. And man, Damien gave a different way. He gave a different way of handling business. It was more on the demonic side. It was more of the bad little demon that's sitting on that shoulder. But this one, in this masterpiece, said, I need you to do better. I need you to take the gifts that I've given you and I need you to excel. I need to come back and address this and say, every single time this cycle happens, I got to be reincarnated. Boy, Kendrick, you got a dog in you, but you need to put that dog up. You need to learn how to put that dog on that leash. And that's exactly what he said. This is a masterpiece. I have only broken down 3 tracks, and those 3 tracks are fire. But if you're not mature enough to understand it, it's just not for you. I'm not gonna blame you because of that. You just didn't want to go to hip hop university. You didn't want to talk in class. You didn't want to raise your hand and figure out what was the true meaning behind the lesson. This man is teaching life lessons to break cycles, to break those generational curses, to break out and to become a person that he could not be in a previous lifetime. Brother, you're gifted.